And are only COVID positive patients at risk, especially COVID positive patients with a history of diabetes, like you were saying?
So what we are seeing is that in 90 to 95% of patients that we are seeing, it's predominantly those patients who have had COVID, have underlying diabetes, and also have taken steroids. It's very, this combination is the one which is contributing to bulk of the patients. Like I said, mucormycosis was also occurring in the past in people who had diabetes and who did not have COVID. But the combination of COVID, which predisposes to this fungal infection coming up in a big way, the use of steroids and poor control of diabetes, all three have actually led to this outbreak of mucormycosis that we're seeing in our country.
You know, an allied question, because we're talking about diabetes patients, you know, it's also said that those immunocompromised are at a higher risk. What defines who is immunocompromised?
So immunocompromised are those people who, because of their predisposing condition, are taking drugs which decrease their immunity. And this could be cancer patients who are on chemotherapy. So chemotherapy is one, because you're giving these drugs, your immune response is abutted. Post-transplant patients who are given drugs to decrease their immune response so that they don't have a rejection. These are the type of patients that we're talking of. And of course, those who are having certain other chronic immune disorders for which they have to take drugs to decrease their immune response.
So are these also high risk category then for black fungus?
So they have been a relatively high risk for fungal infections even in the past before COVID, and therefore they were the one that we were monitoring more closely for fungal infections, and at times they were given some prophylactic treatment also. Currently, if this group also gets COVID and then lands up in having to take steroids, and if unfortunately they also have diabetes, then of course they also become a very high risk group.
Right. Can non-COVID patients get black fungus?
So non-COVID patients can get black fungus, and like I said, we were getting patients with mucor even in the pre-COVID era. That is when COVID was not even there at all. But it was, very occasional. We were not seeing that many patients. ENT people would see one patient a month, if I may put it that way. We were seeing pulmonary mucormycosis in diabetics with poor control, maybe once or twice in a month. Now we are seeing almost 10, 20, 15 patients in a day. So the number has changed dramatically, and that's basically because of the use of COVID, the presence of COVID and the use of steroids. So it can happen even in non-COVID patients, but it's very uncommon as compared to what we're seeing right now.
Which age group, Dr. Guleria, is most vulnerable?
So this is occurring in all age groups. Middle-aged people are also vulnerable. We're seeing it in younger age group also, and the older age group. It's more in the relatively older age group, 40 and above, because that is when a large number of people who have diabetes are being seen. So comorbidities like diabetes tend to happen more in the older age group, and that's why it's being seen more in that age group.
What about children? Are they at a risk of mucormycosis? There's been this case of a 15-year-old who was infected and had to undergo surgery.
So children are at a relatively lower risk because of the fact that unless they have what we call insulin-dependent diabetes, which can happen in children per se, by and large, we're not seeing it that frequently as far as children are concerned, because majority of children have mild infection as far as COVID is concerned, and most of them really don't require steroids. They just require symptomatic treatment. And we know that diabetes is not as common in them as compared to the older age group.